So today we're going to be rebuilding the Miami Marlins with one of the Rookie of the Year candidates, Jazz Chisholm, who's off to a flying start, a really hot start. And I mean, he's killing it. He's an exciting player to watch, and I'm definitely excited to see how he progresses along with the other young players that are in this organization. So I hope you guys do enjoy this Miami Marlins rebuild. If you want to see another rebuild tomorrow, let's get over 1,000 likes. That's my floor for you guys. I want to see you guys beat 1,000 likes on today's video. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. We just passed 40,000 subs. Thank you guys so much. The next step, 50K. Let's see if we can do it. And of course, in the comment section, let me know what you would like to see for tomorrow's rebuild if we get 1,000 likes. So let's get into it. Let's see what we do with this Marlin squad. All right, for contracts, obviously they're gonna be off because this is gonna be 5 years, and budgets is going to be, or ignore budgets is on for the CPU controlled teams. For me, I still focus on staying within budget. Don't you guys worry, I still have a challenge for myself. So let me get this squad looking right. All right, so let's talk about this Marlin squad. Of course, we've got Pablo Lopez, we've got Sandy Alcantara. I think 1 and 2, that's okay to start with. We've got Sixto in the mix as well, and then Eliezer Hernandez. You know, the rest of the bullpen, there are some young arms I'm excited for. Maybe Trevor Rogers, Edward Cabrera, and then, you know, you got Madero, you've got Eloy Morales, who I don't know if he's a real player. I know Luis Madero is, I'm pretty sure he is. And then there's a couple others down here that we could potentially be excited about as well. The bullpen is just kind of like, I'm not going to say bad, but I'm not going to say good. It's kind of like right in the middle, bog standard, basically. You know, there's definitely some good arms, but I definitely want to improve it. And then, of course, closers. I don't know who this Guillermo Marquez guy is. I think he's just a created player that is thrown into the roster. So catchers, we've got Alfaro and Chad Wallach, Sandy Leon. But we could potentially use maybe a prospect to look forward to. First base, you know, Aguilar and Cooper, I think are both suitable options. We then have Lewin Diaz, who I'm hoping develops quickly, and then he can play first base. John Birdie, or Birdie, I think it's Birdie. Kind of just a platoon guy for us. I don't really know if he's going to start. Isan Diaz hasn't really developed like they were hoping he would have. Coming over in the Yelich trade. Maybe we can get him to develop quickly, but I don't really know. He might end up being a trade piece for us. Third base, Brian Anderson. I'm going to plan on keeping him. Shortstop, I'm excited for Jazz Chisholm. And as you can see, I boosted up his contact, power, and vision, all 5 or 4, just because I didn't want to make him like too good. But being in the 40s, I thought those were just a little too low to start with, especially since, you know, he's considered one of the top prospects in baseball. He's off to a flying start. I thought low 50s was a little bit better than like mid 40s. You know what I'm saying? Mid 40s, he would have basically been useless until the age of like 27, 28 in MLB The Show. And I think that's just not fair. So I'm probably going to make him our second baseman to start with. So hopefully the everyday game time gets him up to that like 70s, 80s pretty quickly. So we'll have to wait and see. We also do have Jose Devers. At left field, we've got Corey Dickerson. We've also got Jesus Sanchez, who normally is a right fielder in the roster, but with JJ Bleday and Gerard Encarnacion also in right field, I felt like him in left field makes more sense. Center field, too many center fielders. Marte, Harrison, Scott, Bird, Meisner, Sierra, Brinson, Mesa. There's too many here. We need to thin it out. We're probably going to trade some of them. I'm thinking maybe for like an upgrade at starting pitcher, or maybe, I'm trying to think, probably pitcher makes the most sense, just because if you think of all the other positions, we got Chisholm at second or short, we've got Lewin Diaz at first, maybe a catcher if we want to get more depth there, but maybe a catcher or starting pitcher, kind of one of the two. But we're going to clear out this center field spot. And then in right field, Duvall I think is perfectly fine until Bleday or Encarnacion are ready. So yeah, that's the team. That's the squad. I feel like it's a pretty good squad. I feel like it's a good young team. All right, so the first trade we're going to make, Victor Mesa, Trevor Rogers, and Corey Bird for Jesus Luzardo. I think a young pitcher to come in, help out with this rotation. Why not? Why not? So we're going to take the Athletics starter in Luzardo. I think that's going to be the only move for season 1. I want to see how some of these pitchers do, how the offensive lineup does for season 1, and also I want to see what we can get in the draft, because that'll kind of help me pave the way to what I want to do with this team, because I have an idea. I obviously want to let some of these younger players start to develop and get into the major league squad, but that's at least 3 seasons away, right? Probably season 3, season 4. And for the right now, I still kind of want to try to compete and see where we can get with this team. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I want to see how this team, feels, how it turns out, how everybody performs, and then we'll go from there. So there's the team. There you guys go. Here's the lineup. Here's the pitching rotation for the year. And I think Luzardo really fits into this team. A young team looking, to really compete in a few seasons, and I feel like that's what we got here. I think we could use a little help in the bullpen, but let's see how it goes. I'll probably show you the draft, and then we'll be at the end of the season. All right, so our first pick was Giancarlo Gonzalez, 70 overall, 94 potential, a closing pitcher. We have Gary Brisbois, I don't know. 82 potential. He's got really good contact versus lefties. We've got 89 potential for the second baseman, Alex Rosas. I mean, those contact numbers are already insane. And then we have a couple others down here. Maybe Garrett Heller as a starter could be decent in a few seasons, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with the first year draft. Not a good season, 67 and 95, and offensively we struggled. And I know offensively we struggled, and it's just not pretty. We might be the worst team in the National League. Oh, the Pirates. Woo, that's rough. But yeah, so where were we? 21 games out, and in the wild card we were 20 games. So yeah, sounds about right. High ERA, very low average. That is not good. I don't like that. We weren't worse than the Orioles, and so what? We were like, we were what, like the 4th, 5th worst team? So not great. Definitely not what you want to see from your first season. But you know what? This one's gonna be a little bit of a waiting game. This is gonna be one of those where you gotta be patient. You gotta let some things happen. You gotta let them develop, and then everything will come to fruition. Everything's gonna be good to go. So as we take a look at the awards here, what do we have? Judge, Sale, Bauer, Duffy. What? Duffy? And Rookie of the Year goes to Colton Welker with a 213 average. Okay. So let me see who got called up, who got called down. I think Castano got called up. That means Detweiler got sent down, which that's okay. He was having an atrocious year. Atrocious. And I think the other player that got called up was Hassan Diaz, but that means somebody else got sent down. Jazz Chisholm was having a rough year too, for sure. Like, it just wasn't his year. So I might let him sit in AAA for one season just to develop. And I probably should have done that this year, but I wanted to see how he would perform. Now I know. So I might let him sit one season in AAA just because, like I said, in real life, great talent. I think he's going to be a great player for the Marlins, but in MLB The Show, he's just not there yet. So we'll have to wait and see. And okay, so let's just take a look at the pitching staff as a whole, see how everything went. Castano, whatever, he didn't really pitch much. Richard Blyer, not as good as he normally is. We've got Simber, who struggled. Curtis, who struggled. Yimi Garcia was decent. He's usually good for about a season or two before he starts to fall off. Dylan Floro struggled, but Anthony Bass was pretty good. So we do have a couple arms that I'd be cool with keeping, but for the most part, I'm thinking about really revamping that bullpen. Pablo Lopez, I want him to be a Marlin for as long as we can keep him. Alcantara, you know what? As long as he does well, he might be a guy where I try to go, maybe just give him arbitration and see how he does. He's one of those guys that's really iffy. Sometimes he does outstanding, the other times, not so much. So Eliezer Hernandez, kind of the same thing with Alcantara. He's either really good or really bad. There's really no in between for him. Luzardo struggled a little bit, but I expect him to improve. He'll get there. And then Sixto struggled as well. But again, I fully expect him to improve, so we'll be fine. As we move to the lineup now, our bench was really bad. I already know that, so we'll try to move through it really quickly. Hassan Diaz, small sample size, but Gerard Encarnacion, same thing, super small sample size. And then we've got Magneuris Sierra and Monte Harrison. Didn't really get much time. So when you look at the lineup, Corey Dickerson struggled a lot, which you hate to see. Starling Marte struggled a lot. Aguilar, okay. Duvall, okay. Brian Anderson, okay. Like, there really wasn't anybody that I go, hey, that was a pretty good season. And so, like, Miguel Rojas was probably our best hitter. That's saying something. So we definitely need to step up this team a little bit. but at the same time, I don't want to fully commit to a player, especially knowing there's a lot of youngsters who can come up at any time. So where do we go with this team? I don't know. I really don't. I don't really think bringing back Starling Marte makes much sense. I guess if we don't have Jazz Chisholm, keeping him for one more year isn't the worst thing. I'll give him 8.5. That's fine. We'll keep him for one more season. Yimi Garcia, like I said, he's one of those guys that he's usually good for about a season or two, and then he kind of falls off. So let's bump this up to about 4. He should be good to sign. Corey Dickerson, I'm going to let walk unless... Actually, he wants $1 million. He wants... Okay, so we'll do a club option. He wants $2 million. That's so cheap. We can make that work. And then Leon, I'll let him go. So we'll have a little bit of money to play with. Not much. Our budget is currently 117 mil. We'll probably spend about half of it, maybe a little bit less than half on arbitration and contracts. And then looking at the 40-man, I'm going to add those who I need to. Arbitration, maybe not Simber. Maybe some of these other guys like Morin can go, Blyer can go, Wallach can go, Brinson can probably go, Conley can go as well, but we'll probably keep Floro. We'll probably keep from like Cooper above. We'll definitely keep from Cooper above, and we'll just let the rest walk. And then contracts, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to get a contract here for at least a season, and then if they don't do well, we'll let them walk. I'm thinking about the team. I think we could keep the starting rotation as is. I definitely want to try to pick up 1, 2, possibly 3 arms for the bullpen. But again, I don't want to go crazy with the amount of money that we spend. And then catcher, we have Alfaro. I'll give him maybe a season or 2 to see if he can like turn things around. First base, we have Aguilar and Cooper. Second base, we have Birdie, but I wouldn't mind bringing in another player if we could. Third base, Anderson. Shortstop, we just signed Miguel Rojas. And then the outfield, we need to replace Dickerson and Marte. So let's see what we can find. I'm not too sure what we're going to do yet, but we definitely need to find some players that at least help us out. All right, second season, and not much went my way. I did kind of try to keep it a secret that I wanted to go after a shortstop. And the reason I was going to do that was I think the Marlins could look to spend big money this offseason, especially with a big shortstop market potentially happening. You know, Story, Correa, Baez, Seager. Unfortunately, I tried to do that. I got outbid by every single team. I tried to match offers, just their interest level didn't work out. So I tried to get Seager. He went back to the Dodgers. I gave him a 5-year offer. He took a 4-year deal. And then I tried to get, I think I went to Story after him, and again I just couldn't beat out where, I forgot where he went, but I couldn't beat it out, sadly. So you'll see the names here. A lot of them are 1-year deals or like 2-year club options, but like it wasn't a good off season. I'm not gonna lie. It was mostly let's find players that'll kind of hold it down for a season or two while we let some more of these players develop, some more of these guys help us out, and then and by help us out, let some of these guys develop, and then also let's see what some of these players that we currently have, let's see if they can maybe turn things around, since last year didn't go too well. So let's show you who else I signed. Kevin McCarthy, more of a depth piece right now, but he might end up being in our bullpen. He was already in our squad. Wilmer Flores, I think, could be a decent little second baseman for us. Had a great year last year. Signed him to a 1-year deal. Jake Marisnik, I signed him to a 1-year deal. 100 games, had a pretty good season, so we'll see how he does in center field. Oliver Drake, and then that's really about it. I do want to make a trade because I think our starting rotation is decent. Like, I'm looking at it, I go, you know what? We can definitely hold it down with these 5. We do have a couple other youngsters as well who could potentially come into the mix in a little bit. But I think the bullpen's a little weak. You know, Yimi Garcia was decent. Dylan Floro, not so much. And then Anthony Bass was pretty strong. But I would like to get like an out-and-out closer. I tried to get Roberto Osuna. Couldn't get him. He went to the Pirates, I believe it was, instead. I thought maybe we can get his career back on track, you know, coming back from Tommy John and, you know, maybe a little off the field antics, but maybe he could come back and turn things around. But unfortunately couldn't sign him. He went to Pittsburgh instead, I believe. I could be wrong. And then looking at the lineup, I just feel like we're lacking a true leadoff guy, and any of our prospects, they really don't fill me with confidence of being leadoff hitters either. They look more so like 2 and down essentially. So even the we had another draft pick. Where is he? Even Rosas. Like, I look at it and I go, his contact numbers are good, but I don't know if he's gonna be a leadoff guy for us. So I'm kind of thinking, let's see if we can get a leadoff guy, and who is getting cut. That's another thing. Like, who is the person that kind of gets put on the chopping block? And I feel like Jake Marisnick is more of a platoon guy for us. Maybe take over instead of Harrison or Sierra. Maybe trade one of them and see if we can get like a true center fielder to be the leadoff guy. Because if you look at our center field prospects, they look okay. You know, Connor Scott looks decent. Meisner looks decent. But I'm not seeing anybody here who's really going to be able to hit the ball well. We do have Blade, who I think is going to be a great right fielder. Same thing with Encarnacion, who also could play first base if we need him to. And then Jesus Sanchez, again, another outfielder, but more of a corner guy. We don't necessarily have like a center fielder, and I feel like we could use like a good leadoff center fielder. So let's go see what we can find. This trade makes no sense, and neither did the Luzardo trade, but we're going to get Alex Verdugo of the Red Sox for Monte Harrison, Jordan Holloway, and Luis Marte. Monte Harrison's going to go, and then obviously that shortstop who's here, and then the big piece is kind of this starter right here, but I have faith in some of the other guys that we have that we don't really need him, and I feel like Verdugo kind of sets us up pretty good in center field. All right, I just signed this guy to replace Holloway. Garrett Hill was available in free agency. I thought, you know what, be potential guy, he can fill that spot. So now looking at the lineup, Verdugo's at the top of it, and I thought about just, you know, saying scratch that, let's not get a center fielder. Byron Buxton becomes available in free agency, but there's also some other players who do become available in free agency, and I thought, you know what, let's see if, you know, possibly we could get them to, you know, be options for us this, you know, later. Maybe a shortstop, maybe a good starting pitcher if one of our pitchers starts to fall apart. So if there's a really good free agent available, I'm probably gonna jump on it, and that way, you know, now I don't have to worry about trying to get Byron Buxton because we got Verdugo. I feel like now we got a center fielder locked up. If we can get a really good pitcher to complement the young guys that we have currently, maybe a really good closer to kind of complement the younger guys that we have. We have 2 really good closing prospects, so I think we've got really good young players. I just need them to develop and get better really, really quickly. So like I said, I've got the whole squad lined up down here. Everybody's basically in the starting lineup. I got to make sure Rosas gets in at second base over that guy. Devers has got to be at short over him, and I think that might be it. I think I got to add a couple guys here, but yeah, we'll make sure everything's good to go. But for the most part, I like the team. I think we're in a really good spot. We just gotta be a little patient. That's really what it comes down to. Just be a little patient, let some of these guys develop, and then we should really be good. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get into season 2. All right, for this draft, we had a couple good players, but I want to show you the Orioles and the Mariners pick, because they picked two spots and the spot before me, and I was so upset because these were the 2 pitchers. I hoped one of them would have just dropped to me. So the Mariners got this guy, Cosmo Valenzuela. First off, the name, absolutely insane. 75 overall, 94 potential. This was the pick before me. Oh, and then the Orioles had 2 picks before me. Since we had the 4th pick, so they were 2nd and 3rd. No. We were 5th pick, so 4th, 3rd, whatever it was. Jose Quevedo was the other pick that I was kind of upset that got taken. 75 overall, 92 potential. Man, that's it was so tough. It was so tough. But we'll go back to our picks, and you can say Andreas Ramirez, really good hitting outfielder, just poor fielding. So I don't really know what to do with that. It maybe make him a left fielder. Who knows? We got Sami Sosa. Yep, Sami Sosa's here. We've got 86 potential starting pitcher. We've got Andreas Marquez, who's a catcher, 90 potential. So that's that catching prospect that we have for the future. Really excited about that. Bartolo Aviles, closing pitcher, 90 potential. and then a couple lower rated players and also lower potential players. But I think the top 4 really solid. All right, so we're a wild card team, and at the trade deadline, we were like 3 spots out, or like 3 games out of the wild card spot. And in my head, I was like, okay, let's let the team play it out. If we make it, great. If we don't make it, it's not a big thing, because that means we're right on the cusp of being a playoff team, and we don't need to change too much, right? We're good enough to compete right now. And we went on a tear to start the month of August. We had a really good month of August. September was a little rough, but I think our month of August really held it down for us. And when you look at the league, the standings, 6 games out in the division is not bad. We're ranked 20th, but the ERA, the average is low though. And I think that's going to be something that we definitely need to change. We need to get a little bit better hitters into the squad. And you can see we had the 2nd wild card spot. So I like seeing that we made the postseason, but I don't like seeing that our team average is really low. That definitely means that we need to make some changes to that part of the team. And, obviously getting Corey Seager would have been a huge part of that. But I don't know if some of those young players that I was banking on being MLB ready, come next season or even season 4, are going to be MLB ready. And because of that, I feel like we're probably going to have to just go out and sign some players. And in the end, probably going to have to trade some of them now. And even Alex Verdugo, he did get a Gold Glove, but he was a little underwhelming. I'm not going to lie. I looked at some of the stats, at the deadline, and it was pretty disappointing. I'm not going to lie. So you look at Daniel Castano, they sent down Shoemaker, which he wasn't having a terrible year, but just not a great year, and you look at some of the guys, you got Garrett Hill, who we signed in free agency. You got Cabrera, who's a 68. I know I'm covering their stats, but they're not going to be MLB ready anytime soon. This guy might be. Guillermo Marquez, I think maybe 2 more seasons. So by season 4, he'll be fine. Maybe even maybe next year. We'll see. Kevin McCarthy kind of got roughed up this season. I think he had like a 4.5 with like a 1.4 whip. So I don't know if I can rely on him to help us out. Tyler Lyons, pretty solid season. I will definitely take that, especially for a guy I was just looking to fill the gap in the bullpen. John Curtis definitely had a turnaround season. Oliver Drake, not so much. He'll probably be a guy I look to let go. Yimi Garcia was great. Dylan Floro a lot better, and then Anthony Bass held it down. So like I said, we've got some young up and coming relievers. I just feel like we probably could use 1 or 2 just to really solidify this bullpen until those younger guys are ready. When you look at our starters, Pablo Lopez, really solid. Alcantara, the whip definitely took a step up, and that's what worries me. The whip is just too high, and I'm not too sure he's going to be someone that I can rely on. I'll let him see out the arbitration. That'll be kind of like the final test season. Eliezer Hernandez was good, even though the potential went down. So I'm thinking he's going to be more of maybe like the 4 in the rotation. Sixto, solid, a lot better than last year. And then Luzardo, kind of the same. But again, his numbers are going up very quickly. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be something like this next year. Maybe even something like this. And then we'll kind of strengthen up the bullpen as we go. When you take a look at our actual lineup, Wilmer Flores was not great, especially considering he had a fantastic year last year, just not good this year. Rojas was terrible. Lucroy, whatever, bench bat, good on base percentage though. Jazz got called up, didn't really have a great time, and then Magneuris Sierra. So who did they send down? Garrett Cooper? Which, okay, doesn't make sense to really send him down. But yeah, whatever. They sent him down. That's fine. Verdugo actually turned it around second half of the season. At the deadline, he was hitting like 240. He was actually having a rough time, but good on base percentage, good OPS. Definitely turned it around. Charlie Culberson gave him the start at short over Miguel Rojas. Not a bad season. I'll definitely take that. Aguilar, okay. Duvall, okay. Brian Anderson, okay. The potential going down worries me. We do have him locked up for a really cheap contract, so hopefully he can turn things around. We'll see. Birdie, meh. He's fast. That's really all he's got. Alfaro, okay. Well, we can work with it. We got that catching prospect who could definitely help us out. Dickerson was all right, a lot better than last year. And then back to Verdugo. So like I said, we've got young guys that could probably help us out. JJ Bleday, I might give him a shot next year. maybe we give him a shot next year, see how it goes. We might give Isan Diaz a shot. I don't know if Jazz is ready yet. I don't think he is. I think he needs one more year of seasoning in the minors, and we'll see about the other guys. This guy though, maybe we give him a shot in a season. Maybe season 4 he comes up. I think he's definitely a guy that could lock down that second base spot if Isan Diaz doesn't really do well. So let's just get into it with this wild card game, and we'll auto fix it. We lost 1-0, so a good outing by us. I'll take it. A 1-0 game. We're here to compete. The Indians defeat the Mets. Okay. Didn't expect that at all. So let's figure this out. I'll give $2 million. I'll take it. Corey Dickerson. We could let. I'm trying to think. Who's in right for us? Nobody right now. We could move. I'm gonna take this option. $1 million. I just 2.1 mil. I feel like is so cheap. We might as well pick it up, right? And so like Duvall's gone. We could go to Blade right now. Throw him in the lineup and then keep Dickerson in left. We go Blade here. I think that might be the move. Saves us a little bit of money, and then we can go out and maybe pick up maybe a second base or a shortstop. I think that might be what we need. And then let some of the outfield prospects develop, because like Isan Diaz or Jazz Chisholm, one of those two guys, or Rosas, one of those three guys will be playing short or second for us. So okay, I'm gonna take this option. Yeah, $2 million. Even if he ends up being a bench bat, solid. Kevin McCarthy, I'm gonna decline. And Anthony Bass has been really good for us, so I'll give him $2 million. I'll even make him a bullpen option. Boom, there we go. Everybody else can walk and head towards free agency. Now in free agency, 40 man. I'll add who I need to. Arbitration. Not McCarthy. Tyler Lyons, I'll pass for now, but if I need to sign somebody, I'll consider bringing him back. Drake, no. So Cooper up. Cooper up should be safe. Contracts. Everybody there is getting a contract. So budget wise, we have 130 mil to spend. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money right there. I did say I'd consider bringing in a really good pitcher, but between these two, I'm not feeling it. I kind of like who we have. I feel like they've been holding it down pretty well. I would like to bring in a really good bullpen arm to help us out, maybe even 2. Alrighty, so we're starting season 3, and I've already noticed that there are some issues going on. Adley Rutschman's here. Excuse me? There was somebody else. Lorenzo Cain, Brandon Nimmo. Why are these guys in free agency? They shouldn't be. Those are good players. And like, you're probably thinking, well, then sign Adley Rutschman. There's no reason to. You know, we have that guy that we drafted, and like realistically, if I were to take him, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take him. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trade him to a team. I'll probably just trade him back to the Orioles. I can't trade him right now, but maybe like at the deadline, I'll just trade him back to the Orioles. That way he can, you know, just develop with the team like the Orioles, where he should be, rather than just sitting in free agency, wasting away one of the top prospects in baseball. Again, the whole AI for franchise is busted, and I wish it didn't happen that way, but sadly, it looks like it's going to once again. So we have Verdugo. I just signed him to a long-term extension for 24 mil. I feel like he's the center fielder for the future. Might as well lock him up. I just brought back Tyler Lyons as well. He was available in free agency, and I wasn't able to get the closer that I really wanted to, so I figured, you know what, let's bring him back, help us out. Marlin Gonzalez, I just feel like for some reason he just feels like a Miami Marlins signing, more of a depth piece for us. Martin Maldonado is going to be a backup catcher. And then obviously we just signed Rutschman. Calhoun is going to be a backup outfielder for us. Jose Barrios was the big splash in free agency. I've been preaching that pitching is so important for franchise. Might as well lock up our new starting like ace, right? Then we can have Pablo Lopez behind him. Sixto. We'll have Jesus Luzardo, and then finishing it out with Alcantara. And then we'll move Eliezer Hernandez, right? Am I getting my names mixed up? Yeah, we'll have Eliezer in the six man spot, since his potential did go down anyways. So we'll see how he does there. Jose Abreu, 1-year deal to be our first baseman, and then we'll see what we can do in the offseason come next year. Jose Alvarez, a good lefty to have in the bullpen, 1-year deal, $3 million. And I think that's it. I think that was really all I went out and did. So we'll take a look at the team for the season. Here we are. Here we go. I really like this team. I think we've definitely improved it. Hopefully. I think the bullpen could still use a little bit of help, but then, holy cow, what's going on here? Let's clean this up a little bit really quickly. Where's all my starters? Castano goes there, and Morales goes there. We'll put him here. Oh no, Cabrera needs to go here too. Uh-oh. So who's getting the boot? Let's go like this. Move him up here. And then maybe something like that. But we've got Marquez, who I definitely think could help us out next year. I think his stats look great. And then we also have another guy here, Giancarlo Gonzalez. He looks solid too. So we've got 2 really good bullpen arms that are starting to develop. And then already the team's looking pretty strong. The pitching hasn't been too much of an issue. It's been the offense that has been an issue. And I still think it's going to be an issue this year. Because as you can see, I'm going with a lot of youth in the team. Blade, Diaz, and Chisholm. I think I want to see how they do. We've also got players like Brisbois. We've got Rosas, who could end up taking Chisholm or Isan Diaz's job if those 2 guys don't develop. Lewin Diaz is not really developing at the rate I want him to. He might be a guy I look to trade for a better first base prospect. I'm going to trade for Michael Aoki of the Tigers. He's a really good looking closer. I need a closer. I'm going to trade Lewin Diaz, Isan Diaz, and Eliezer Hernandez to make this deal happen. I've also traded Rutschman back to the Orioles, basically for their lowest rated catcher. So that was the deal that I did. So there we go. We're at the deadline. Season's not going great. Pitching is terrible. I'm going to trade for Aaron Sledgers of the Angels. Dylan Floro's got to go. He's got like a 6 ERA. We can't do it. Adam Kolarek is going to be a new lefty that's going to join us for Yimi Garcia. Basically, I'm getting rid of the whole bullpen because everybody is really, really bad. Like really, really bad. Can I get not even close to a deal there? What about... I need something because wow, our bullpen, if just imagine hot garbage, that's what it is. It is so bad. All right, I'm just going to my tried and like I keep messing up the saying. I don't know why I do. I just do. I'm gonna go to Brent Suter because he's so good. And who do you want for him? Anybody? What about this guy? Nope. What about this guy? No. Him? All right, we're gonna have to go a little higher. All right, Tyler Stevens, he's gonna go, and then I need one more bullpen arm because Tyler Lyons isn't doing well, and I think I'm gonna try to get someone. Is Anthony Bass doing poorly? Let's combine those 2 and see what we can get here. I mean, Giovanni Gallegos would be huge if we could make this deal happen. I think it's gonna require a starter. What about Castano? It is? All right, perfect. There it goes. Boom. Jose Abreu is not doing well, and I'm looking at Encarnacion's stats. I don't think he's going to be ready anytime soon to play first base. Ryan Mountcastle. There we go. First baseman for the future. So like I said, season didn't go great. 76 and 86. So no postseason, and I'm just going to be honest. The team sucked. The team did suck. ERA was high as a team. Average was low, and... now I know that like the young guys aren't going to be ready, and we might as well just full send it with picking up players in free agency and just go from there. I was kind of hoping that we could get some of these young guys involved and making it work, but it's just not going to work. So we definitely need to go out in free agency. We have plenty of money to spend, so don't worry. We're going to go crazy this offseason. We have plenty of players becoming free agents. We have plenty of, I know there's going to be plenty of players in free agency to sign, so we should be good. And I definitely have a plan. I think our starting rotation is probably like the safest area. I don't know how Blade didn't win over Raul Batista, but whatever. That's cool, I guess. Who got sent down? Eloy Morales was our new long reliever. I don't hate those numbers. I don't know why he got sent down. Anybody else get sent down? Doesn't look like it. They called up Garrett Hill. He did worse than Eloy Morales. And Edward Cabrera wasn't terrible. Curtis was good. Sledgers. We've got Aoki, Suter, Kolarek, and Gallegos. Plus, we've got those 2 young guys in farm system. Our bullpen set. We don't need to spend any money there. We've got Pablo Lopez, who becomes a free agent, I think, next year. I think he's got 1 more year of arbitration. I could be wrong, though. Barrios. We've got Sixto, Luzardo, and Alcantara. I think I'm going to let Alcantara go. We don't have anybody, but I definitely can go out and spend the money to pick up somebody. So we're fine. And then when we take a look at the lineup really fast, they've completely swapped some players around. Who got sent down? Garrett Cooper. Again, OPS is low, but had an okay season. Jazz got sent down. He improved. He definitely improved. But again, I'm going to give him the starting job. I feel like he deserves it. He's our better shortstop available anyway. He's like one of our best shortstops available anyways. Who else? Yeah, Abreu is garbage. So bad. I'm looking at the rest. I think that's really about it. There really isn't much to talk about for the bench. Verdugo, good season, really good year. I like him as an addition to the team. Corey Dickerson, again, nothing special, but you know what? He's getting the job done. Mountcastle struggled. We've got Brian Anderson, who is getting better, so I think we'll just keep him at third. Blade had a fantastic season. He's our guy in right or left. It just depends on how I figure out what we're going to do with the team. And the rest I'm not too impressed with. Looking at the squad, I think Rosas comes up, plays second base for us. His hitting stats are just too good to pass up. Anybody else? So it'll be Chisholm at short, Rosas at second, Anderson at third. First base is Mountcastle. Hopefully he does better. And then that's really all I got. Outfield, I'll probably keep Blade in right. Center field, Verdugo. So we need a left fielder for sure. Catcher, we've got this guy who I'm down to just throw in, just chuck in there right now, make him our starting catcher. And so I really want to spend money on a left fielder and a starting pitcher. That's my goal this offseason. I feel like that's really what we need. I feel like the rest of the team will come together come season 4. Like I said, with this team, I really want to get those young guys involved. And that's why I'm being patient with it. And that's why I'm okay with kind of being bad right now. Alfaro, sorry, bud. Just didn't work out. Abreu, no. Brent Suter, let's bring him back for a season. I'll give him $3 million. And then everybody else can go. Actually, we'll keep him as a bench option. 1 year, $2.5 million. Boom. There we go. Those are our exclusive negotiations and free agency time. I'm going to add all those players so we don't lose them. Arbitration is going to be everybody for sure. Contracts, everybody. And like I said, I really want... Oh, wait, no. He's not coming back. I guess he has arbitration for 1 more year. He does. He's just not doing it. Just not doing it. Unless we make him the long reliever, I really want to spend money on a pitcher. We got $90 million to spend. We'll probably spend about half of it on contracts and arbitration. So I would really like to bring in one of these top pitchers. I really would. All right, I told you I was getting a good center or outfielder. We're gonna go Jesse Winker. I think I want Jesse Winker. I've looked around. I'm trying to think of like who I could afford, and I think Jesse Winker makes the most sense. And I think he's really the only one I can get unless I can somehow. Okay, we're getting Jordan. We're getting Jordan for Tristan Pompey and Connor Scott. There we go, Jordan. All right, I'm trading Magnuris for just 3 prospects just to kind of fill up the farm system a little bit more. Plus, we don't need Magnuris anymore because I'll show you our roster history. So, Seager, brought him in just to be a bench bat. We'll see how he goes. Probably not great. Miguel Rojas, brought him back. We'll see how it goes. Probably won't be great. Brandon Nimmo's been sitting in free agency. We'll just use him as like the new Magnuris Sierra, essentially. The trade we just did. And of course, Yordan Alvarez. Who else did we bring in that I should tell you? Julio Urias. We're going to have a very stacked team. It's going to be stacked. I do have to pay Yordan. How much money are we going to have to work with? We should have enough. Boom. That's done. Sixto shouldn't become a free agent. I'm going to see what these two do. And looking at the rest, we should be okay. I want to see how Pablo Lopez and Giovanni Gallegos do, because those are 2 players that we could, get rid of. Same thing with Alcantara. we'll see. We'll figure it out. Our budget's a little tight. I should show you the budget so that you guys can kind of see where we're at. We have $6 million available. Next year it's going to be kind of tight as well unless we get rid of somebody. So that's why I'm trying to figure out who I want to keep, who I want to get rid of. What are we going to do there? So let me get to the regular season. Let me show you the lineup and everything because it should be all set up now. So Barrios, Urias, Sixto, Lizardo, and Pablo Lopez. Alcantara is going to be the new long reliever. And then our bullpen with Marquez being called up. Kolarek is down here, chilling somewhere down here. He's going to be the closer here. And then we also have that other Giancarlo Gonzalez that's chilling. Probably should call him up to AAA, but I'll do that off camera. And then you guys can see Aoki, Gallegos. Beautiful looking squad. Love it. And then the lineup. Rosas is called up. Verdugo, Jordan, Mountcastle, Anderson, Blade, John Berti. That's fine. Rosas will start over Birdie though. And then Jazz Chisholm at the bottom with Andreas Marquez as well. I told you I was going to get the young guys in, and I feel like everybody's ready now. That's the squad. We've got these guys on the bench, which I feel like, do we have an extra player? No, but we do need to fill up the AA squad, so don't worry. I'll do that off camera. We'll make sure everything is good to go. I'm still within budget. Everything's solid. We are ranked the 6th team in baseball. I told you, give me time. Let me be patient. I'm going to turn this team around. Look what we did. So we're back in the postseason. This time as a playoff or a wild card team, and I feel like it was pretty close. Like I'm going to say it's 3.5 games. Dang. Looking at it, our average is still a little low, but the ERA is really good. So I'm thinking, man, I thought our team would have really killed it this year. But I guess the East is just so strong, which is, okay, I guess that's somewhat realistic. I don't know. I felt like we definitely should have done a little bit better. That's just me. I really do. I feel like we should have really just kind of ran away with the division. And yeah, we didn't even get an award, which is wild. That's a little disappointing. Jordan just missed out on an MVP and no Cy Young, which is worrying. But anything else? Anything at all? Rosas is there for Rookie of the Year, but that's really about it. So let's take a look here. And who got sent down from the team? I think he did. Nope. Marquez. Why did Marquez get sent down? He had a good year. Marquez should definitely have remained with the team. And let's see. Alcantara, really good. So I'm thinking he's our long reliever if we can get him for a cheap deal. Cabrera, no. Curtis is good. Sledger struggled a little bit, which is disappointing to see. You know, Suter did well. Aoki, wow, that's bad. Kolarek didn't pitch at all. Gallego struggled, and then back to Alcantara. And then when you look at our starting rotation, this is something that I'm not worried about at all. And yeah, that's beautiful. That is what I want to see. That is absolutely gorgeous. Looking at our bench, Miggy Rojas got on base, had a decent average. And what else? Anything else? Who got sent down? Seager? Fair. Anybody else gets sent down? I think Jesus Sanchez got sent down. Limited appearances, so it's kind of tough to judge him. But Alex Rosas is 38 doubles. Wow. Okay. 20 bases, but 14 times he was caught stolen. That's tough. But really good year for his first season in the bigs. Verdugo took a little step back. We've got Jordan who killed it. Mountcastle is okay. He's actually kind of disappointing me. I'm not going to lie. We've got Brian Anderson who had a great year. Love to see that. We've got Blade who's took a little step back, but you know what? Still a pretty productive season. Nimmo as our backup outfielder had a good year. We've got Jazz Chisholm who's slowly getting better. He's starting to get to that point where he's going to be respectable. And then Marquez struggled a bit, but his numbers will go up. I have faith. He's got A potential. There's no way he's not gonna let there's no way he's gonna let us down. Game 1, we got Nola versus Barrios, and we don't have a full lineup. What lineup's not full? What is this? DH. We'll give it to, yeah, or maybe we'll go Nimmo. That should be the only change that we need to do. So calendar, boom, we lose 2-5. All right. We got one more chance to really turn this team around. We won 93 games though. This is a strong team. we should be doing better. We definitely should be. And I feel like this offseason is really going to prove a point here. How much money does he want? 14 a year? That's a little too much money. Gallegos, he wants 3. What about like a 2-year deal? I'll bump it up to 7. You take it, cool. If not, I'll let you walk. Pablo Lopez, how much does he want? 14 a year? I'm cool with giving Pablo 14 a year. And then Suter's going down, so I'm going to let him walk and we'll move forward. So, all right, let's see what we can do in the offseason. I'm going to add everybody to the 40-man. I'm going to offer everybody arbitration. Yeah, everybody's getting arbitration. Sledgers, I'm going to give him a second chance. I have faith in him. Everyone's getting a contract as well. I think Gonzalez is going to take Suter's spot in the bullpen. And then we might have to find a new long reliever. Unless we can get Alcantara back on a cheap deal, which I don't think is going to be possible. So, what do we do? Offensive lineup is fine. I don't want to touch that. I feel like the offensive lineup was fairly good last year. Like, yeah, there's a couple like, why isn't Mountcastle crushing the ball? But you know what? I have faith. I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to call up, what's his name? This guy. We'll add him. Boom. We'll call this guy back up to the bigs. And then looking at our bullpen now, we should be set actually. Kolarek probably not coming back. So does that mean we need one more bullpen arm? Okay, so 1 bullpen arm. Okay, that's easy pickup. That's an easy pickup. Alrighty, final season, we're ranked 3rd in baseball, best contact, best pitching. The defense is a little sus, but you know what? I have faith in the squad. So let's take a look at what we're working with. What's going on here? All right, so here we go. Andreas Ramirez, I think he was a season 2 pickup or a season 3 pickup in the draft. He has joined the squad. Boom, so you guys can see the overalls. Jesus Sanchez still on the bench. Birdie, Kurt Casale just signed to be a backup catcher, and Jose Devers. And then when you look at the actual lineup, it's looking beautiful. It is so good. I'm gonna move Mountcastle down a little bit in the lineup, but yeah, this is the squad. Like I said, I'm gonna move him down. I feel like everybody else has been hitting the ball pretty well except for him, so I still have faith in him. But let's just move him down a little bit, see if that helps him out. And then the pitching rotation is so good. We're gonna bring up Eloy Morales. He had a pretty good, debut season a couple seasons back where he had 23 innings. We'll see how he does. If he doesn't do well, we do have a couple other players that I've kind of keeping my eye on to see how they do, and then we'll go from there. So let me get this all set up. I do have a couple players on waivers as well, so this will be all full. And then we have Curtis, Sledgers, Marquez, Aoki, Gonzalez, and then I brought in Lucas Sims on a 1-year deal to be our setup or our closer. That's what he wanted. I'm gonna give it to him. Lucas Sims, usually on my do not acquire list. I'm gonna give him a shot. If he doesn't do well, then he's back on the list. So here we go. There's the team. I'm expecting big things. I'll show you the overalls for all these players here. I have faith in the squad. I do. Hopefully they repay the faith. See you guys at the end of the season. We finally won the division, 97-65, taking on the Cubs in the division series. And let's take a look. 97-65. We're ranked the 5th best team in baseball with the 2nd best contact, best pitching. There it is. ERA is fantastic. And we kind of ran away with the division, which is awesome to see. And maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year that we've kind of been waiting for everything to kind of just fall into place. Luzardo and Barrios killing it. That very first pickup, Luzardo is really showing his worth. Mountcastle with hits. There it is. There we go. We just had to move him down a little bit in the lineup, and he was gonna show up. Like the doubles, he's there for doubles. What about home runs? We got anybody? Jordan's in the mix a little bit. So there we go. We just had to be a little patient with everybody. There we go. Just patience. Patience is a virtue. Jose Barrios wins Cy Young, and then we have a Gold Glove for Yordan Alvarez. Okay. Let's calm it down here. And Barrios wins Cy Young somehow. I don't understand it, but he does. I'm not gonna complain. Lucas Sims is in the mix for the best reliever of the year. I'll take that. And okay, there it is. So, who got sent down? Michael Aoki. Yeah, he was hot garbage. I might leave him down there. Why is Gonzalez getting sent down? Okay, I mean, I understand it. Maybe, kind of, not really. But you guys can see Edward Cabrera, low whip, just high ERA. Morales, though, really good. Curtis was solid. Sledgers, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Marquez was very, very good. Carter didn't pitch. Guillen didn't pitch. And then Lucas Sims was lights out. So I'll definitely fix the bullpen before we head into the postseason. Our starters were unbelievable. I mean, look at that. Sixto, yeah, but that's still a pretty decent season. Luzardo, and then Pablo Lopez. So I'll even do that for the postseason. Boy, does everything look so good. Cameron Miser got called up. So who got sent down? Andreas Ramirez. Okay. Brandon Nimmo got sent down as well. That's a good year. I can't let him stay down there. Devers got sent down as well. So we'll figure out what's going on here. Cameron Meisner, meh. Birdie was pretty good though. Holy cow, was Birdie really good? Wow, he killed it. Eric Casilla got called up, and then there we go. So it looks like a lot of players got called up or sent down. Wait, who was our DH? Nimmo. Nimmo's got to get called back up. Alex Rosas, great season on base percentage, OPS, average, all that stuff, fantastic. Verdugo back to doing Verdugo things. You got Jordan putting up great numbers. Brian Anderson did take a little step back, but you know what? He's been consistent for us, so I'm not going to hate on him. JJ Bleday got worse, but 30 home runs. So, I mean, good and bad. You know, Mountcastle, I told you, just got to move him down a little bit in the lineup. He'll pop off. There it is. What do we got next? Jazz Chisholm. Man, I was hoping he would have popped off. I really was. Marquez, the catcher. There it goes. There he goes. 24 years old, starting to put it together. So let me get the pitching staff sorted because I don't want him here. I'd rather have him. And Kolarek pitch at all? No, but he's pretty low rated. So let's just go to the guys that we had in the team to begin with. So remove him, and then offensively add him and add him. Send down Meisner. And who else needs to be sent down? Casilla. Yeah, we'll send down Casilla. We'll leave Birdie. That should be it. We should be good to go. We'll put Nimmo back in the DH spot where he was supposed to be because he was actually having a really good year. And we should be set now. Pitching rotation should kind of go back to normal. Who do we want as the setup guy? Probably Sledgers because he was lights out. Do I want Cabrera? I guess the extra pitcher could help us. So let's do it. Postseason time, facing the Cubs. Barrios, Syndergaard, we lose. Second game, we win. Third game, we win. Sixto, you got to close that, man. You got to close that. I was giving you the chance. This is partially your team, man. You're kind of like one of the OGs. So Barrios is going to come in. Let's see how it goes. Facing the Cubs, Trevor Story's new. Castellanos is back with the Cubs. You got Roederer, Strumpf. Okay. I have faith, though. Barrios is going to pitch a nice game here. I have faith. I definitely do. Going against Syndergaard, though, it's going to be a tough matchup. We do get 2 runs thanks to J.J. Bleday, the Marlins prospect. I mean, obviously, he's kind of like a mainstay in the lineup now, but Marquez with the 2-run homer. Runner thrown out going home. We're getting a little greedy with it, but we're up 4. So, okay, we're up 3. That's okay. I still have faith. Okay. J.J. Bleday goes deep. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Marquez again? What is this team? This team's insane. This team is feeling themselves today. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. You know what? We're doing pretty well. They did score 2 that inning, but I'm going to do a little I'm going to take out Barrios here. We're going to go with 6th inning. We'll go Morales. Hopefully it doesn't get out of hand here. I was going to do a little half innings just because things are going pretty well. We'll bring in a reliever here, Gonzalez, and 8-3. I feel like we got it locked up. Marquez 2 for 4 in the day with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and we advance to take on the Dodgers. So we're not going to have Barrios pitch this one. We're going to have Urias, Luzardo, Barrios, Sixto, and then Pablo Lopez. So here we go. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we win. Okay, that's good. And 3, Sixto. There it is. Pablo Lopez versus Kershaw. And we advance to take on the Twins or the Astros in the World Series. It's going to be the Astros. And I feel like this is where we can go normal setup for the World Series. So here we go. World Series time. Game 1, we 14-0. We win the second one 3-0 though. Okay. Next one, 7-1. Ooh, we lose that. So 2-2. Ooh, that's a tough loss. Pablo Lopez was consistent though, so I felt like giving him the victory, or trying to give him the victory, would have been the move. Yo, Barrios, I gotta give faith in you, but that was 14-0. We lost that game. That's not good. That's not good. So we gotta win the next 2 to win the World Series. So hopefully we can turn it around here. Offense is a little quiet. Only one hit, 1 run scores. Nah, no, don't do this to me. Okay, runners on the corners. Let's see if we can do this. Double play. No, don't do that. Not now. I mean, pitch. No. 3-0. Is this it? Are we going to lose in the World Series? Okay, we do get 1 back. Can we bring in this run here? A pop-up. That's not what you want, you know? Not what you want at all. We got 3 more chances. 3 more chances to bring it back. A single. That's a good start. Double play? Come on. Marquez, though. Marquez is holding it down for us. 2 more innings. Okay. Rosas, please. Come on. Just get a base hit. Just get a base hit. That's all we need. All right. We're going to bring in Sledgers. Hopefully, no run score. Comes down to the 9th inning. Jordan against his former team. Ground out. Single. Okay. A fly out and a fly out, and there it is. That is how it ends. That is so tough. So tough. Who's going to be the postseason MVP? Andreas Marquez. Fair enough. Tristan Pompey. You got to be kidding me. Of course it's a guy that we traded to them for Jordan. He had 18 RBIs in the postseason. 18 RBIs in the postseason. He killed it. Killed it. Unbelievable from Marquez. But it looks like the offense kind of went a little quiet. And it looked like the pitching, I have like Barrios sucked, but like Luzardo, Urias, Pablo Lopez, like the bullpen did their job. Bullpen definitely did their job. A couple people here and there struggled, but for the most part, I like that team we put together. We did have to wait kind of till the 4th and the 5th season to really see, see everything kind of come to fruition, see everything come together. But you know what? I definitely think it was worth it. We really put together a really good team, and we came 2 games short of winning a World Series and bringing it back to Miami. So sadly, that's how it ends. But I hope you do enjoy, or you did enjoy, that Marlins rebuild. If you did, hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what video you want to see tomorrow. Of course, there's that 1,000 like goal. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.